Hello and welcome to Inside the Paint, an inside look into all the action from the British Basketball League. My name is Tahir Hajat alongside Ovie Soko and Mike Tuck. The penultimate week of the regular season is underway, so make sure to like, share and subscribe so you don't miss a second of the fight for playoff positioning. Well, Ovie, you made your commentary debut last night. Ooh. Yeah, when the Newcastle Eagles hosted the Bristol Flies, it looked like you enjoyed yourself. Let's take a look at this.
Time to shake and bake. Gotta go.
Lucas. Oh! Oh, yeah. Nice follow and jammed in. There's Johnson again. A word or two for the Eagles defenders.
Throw down. We love to see it.
Yeah.
I love it, Katie. I love it, Katie. And I'm sure the West Virginians, they love it too.
Oh, he's hit the basket hard. He's okay. To the rim, Jordan Johnson.
I love it. I love it.
That drops.
It's incredible.
Well, I hadn't seen that before, so it was a surprise to me too, Ovie. I mean, also you were confined for space in there as well. You didn't have much, so it was all up here. But in the studio, you should see some of Ovie's reactions as well. They're pretty top tier. How did you find it?
No, it was great. You know, Newcastle, Bristol. I've had the pleasure of playing for both of the head coaches over there. Played against a lot of the players, and you know, Dan Ratledge, an absolute encyclopedia of information. So, you know, it made it easy for me. It was enjoyable.
Easy for you to make all the funny comments and have all the fun nonetheless. But, Mike, let's dig into this a little bit deeper. Lots of athletes get behind the microphone and in front of the camera. How did basketball prepare you for this new role that you found yourself in as well?
Yeah, I think first off, it's great to see when people make that transition. I think, especially with our league, you need more guys, more players making that transition to give those insights and give those experiences that they've had. But that's exactly it. It's the experience you have that gives you that confidence to go on and talk about things, both myself, guys like Ovie as well, like where we've had these long experiences playing basketball. So you have stories and anecdotes to draw from, games that you've played in. And also, being a basketball player, it gives you confidence. So, you're able to walk around, you're able to pick up a microphone, you're able to be confident in front of a camera.
Well, now you can share experiences with my brother Ovie over here because, was a reality TV superstar, and now he's proved to everyone that he means business in this studio right here. But now you're going to be the reality TV star. You got any advice for brother Mike over here? I'm looking forward to this.
Advice? No, you live once, enjoy yourself. As long as you don't make any decisions you'll regret, have fun, man. Have fun on this journey. We only get one of them.
I feel like Mike's a heartbreaker. We'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. Nah, I love you, Mike. You know I love you, right? Well, this Friday, the Sheffield Sharks hosted the Caledonia Gladiators. Let's take a look at what happened. Well, the Caledonia Gladiators came out fighting. They wanted to take the advantage early on in this one as the Sheffield Sharks tried to deal with the full force. But Atiba Lyons wasn't too happy with what the officials called and found himself ejected in the first quarter. The Sheffield Sharks rallied back and won the second quarter overall, 7-point lead at halftime for the Caledonia Gladiators. From here on out, though, the Sheffield Sharks found the motivation to take the win. Jalen Pippin's going up for the reverse. Caledonia tried, but it was not good enough on the night. The Sheffield Sharks, and there's Atiba Lyons looking in the tank at all the Sharks swimming around and getting buckets and getting the victory. What a win for the B-Brawn Sheffield Sharks, 69-62 against the Caledonia Gladiators. What do you think about? Well, we already know what you think about that game, Mike. We know that you're over the moon with that. But thoughts, Ovie, on the game from a neutral perspective, should we say?
From a neutral perspective, I think Gladiators, they're obviously on top form, but that just makes the victory from the Sheffield side just that bit more impressive. They lost their head coach. Assistant coach was stepping into the fold. They've got big-time players, that have just sort of come in as far as new signees. So, I mean, I was very impressed. What they're able and what they are, I think, pulling together in such a short period of time, it seems is very, very impressive.
Well, Mike, let's think about the kind of nitty-gritty, grind-you-out style of basketball that Sheffield have been known for this season. Malik Green gave them a different look, but today they reflected back on how they previously performed, and wow, it worked.
It definitely did. And you look at a team like Caledonia, who's averaging like around 100 points over the last like 4 or 5 games. So to hold them to under 70, 62 points was a massive, massive deal for them. And I think a lot of that came down to the second half, just grinding it out, playing good team defense, good help side defense, limiting them to one shot, getting every rebound, controlling the boards. It was great to see. And, after the adversity that happened in that first quarter, losing Coach Atiba Lions, the double tech, Coach Marko Bakovic, my boy, steps up. He weathers the storm. Great to see a young coach like that get an opportunity and step up to the moment.
Well, there you have it, the verdict from the guys in the studio about that one. But let's take a look at all the games this week in the British Basketball League. Of course, the Plymouth City Patriots fell at home against the Cheshire Phoenix on Wednesday, and the same on Friday night as well. The London Lions with a big road win. In between that, the Newcastle Eagles were shocked at home against the Bristol Flyers, 86-90. Of course, Sheffield Sharks taking the victory, 69-62 against Caledonia. 2 games Saturday, 2 games Sunday. Surrey versus Newcastle at 5 on Saturday. Bristol versus Manchester at 8. And on Sunday, doubleheader, I'll be there. The Sheffield Sharks taking on the Cheshire Phoenix. That should be an exciting fixture at 3 o'clock. And then Caledonia welcome Plymouth City Patriots at 6 p.m. Well, let's take a look at where that leaves us in the standings at this moment in time. Of course, those teams already qualified. We're still fighting for these final positions, but Caledonia have been dealt a blow for that second place fight with a loss against the B-Brawn Sheffield Sharks. Well, as mentioned, we have 4 more games coming your way this weekend. On Saturday, the Bristol Flyers will host the Manchester Giants. The Flyers will be hoping to secure their 7th place position in the standings to avoid a first-round playoff meeting with the London Lions. But first, the Newcastle Eagles will travel to face off against the Surrey Scorchers. We're joined by Todd Harris and Azania Stewart in commentary. Azania, Surrey will be hoping to overtake Bristol in the league standing. Is this the opportunity for the Scorchers to secure a statement win at home?
A statement win indeed, Tahir. And like you said, they're battling with the Flyers to try and get that 7th spot. And they don't want to be in the 8th spot because who do they have? They'll have the London Lions first. But they do rely on Bristol having to beat Manchester. So still loads to play for. But Surrey has Newcastle. They have London Lions and the Riders, the Leicester Riders, to finish the rest of the season. So very tough for them.
They talk about Christmas being the most wonderful time of the year. This is the most wonderful time of year. Playoff basketball. And Z, we talk about Surrey. They can control their own destiny to a certain point if they win out, but they still need help from other people. As a champion, as a player, you don't want to rely on other teams to get you where you need to be.
And that's such a great point, Todd. You always want to forget about everyone else. You want to concentrate on your game. So who's in the way is Newcastle. Newcastle has been struggling, haven't figured out how to get a win a couple of games. But Surrey feeling good. You need Jameson to rebound the ball well. You need Wang to go off. But that's going to be a fantastic game. But it's all to play for as we come down to the playoffs.
Looking forward to it. Newcastle and Surrey, Tahir.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much for your thoughts. Well, to close out the weekend, the Caledonia Gladiators will make the long journey down to face the Plymouth City Patriots. But first, the Sheffield Sharks will host the Cheshire Phoenix. Mike, Sheffield have had a bit of a lackluster season, but really turned it around, especially tonight. It's something that we're looking forward to in this game.
Yeah, that's a huge game. I mean, the battle for 4th place is on right now, and you've got, Sheffield, Newcastle, and Leicester all in the mix for that 4th spot. You want to finish in that top 4 so that you get home court advantage in the first round of the playoffs, the quarterfinals. So right now, the Sharks sitting on 18 wins with a big win over Caledonia. That will give them a lot of confidence going into Sunday. Cheshire, obviously, they've proved themselves this season. They've got some silverware under their belt. Sitting up there in that top 2-3 spot, they're battling out with Caledonia for that 2 or 3rd spot right now as well. So, but Cheshire, as good as they are, there's some chinks in the armor over there. We saw Bristol go over there and put one on them at their place. So I think for the Sharks right now, Coach Atiba Lions has this team peaking at the right moment, and this is what you want to do. You want to be playing your best basketball going into this final 2 weeks of the season as you head into the playoffs.
And just like they did last season as well. Well, Ovie, Cheshire are just holding on to that 2nd place position. How important would this win be for them?
Yeah, I think for Cheshire, the biggest thing now is rhythm. This close to playoff time, nobody wants to lose purely from a rhythm standpoint. Obviously, everybody's is still jostling a little bit for positioning, but everyone's pretty much set. But going into the playoffs, you want your team to be feeling good. You want everyone on the team to be confident. And yeah, you want the guys just to be motivated and ready come playoff time.
Thank you very much for your thoughts, Mike and Ovie here in the studio. Well, that's all from us this week. Drop a comment below letting us know what games you'll be watching, and make sure to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the unbeatable action from the British Basketball League. Goodbye for now.